Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, Divine Collective. All right, it's me and Bambino here. You know the drill. If Bambino wakes up, I'm just going to, end the live and we'll continue another time. Um, yeah. So, as I was asking the guides, what is it that collective needs to know today? The guides said to me, there is someone who loved you. There is someone that loved you, but they were too broken to show it. That's what the guides said we should talk about today. So let's go right into it. Holy Spirit, we thank you for your divine presence. Thank you for clearing out all the negative energies in this space. And thank you that the highest will of God for myself and for humanity prevails. All right. So you're in a relationship with someone. Maybe some of you still are in a relationship with this person. Maybe the relationship is strained. Maybe things are tense at the moment. Maybe this person has, disappeared, perhaps ghosted you. Maybe you guys are in a temporary separation phase. Maybe you have decided to let go of the relationship for good, and maybe the person themselves has decided to end things with you. But the guides are saying here that this person loved you. This person really loved you, but they just did not know how to show it. They were too broken to be able to demonstrate what love is. All right. So we've got friendship, loyalty, reliability, companionship. We've got the dog here. All right. We've got the cute little puppy here. And I'm getting what's coming through with this one here is that, this is the kind of love that you gave to this person, a puppy kind of love. And it's very easy to, you know, undermine this kind of love, right? It's very easy to undermine the puppy kind of love because, in this world that we are living in at the moment, positive attributes of human beings are looked down upon, isn't it? So this kind of love, this is unconditional love that you gave to this person, and because of the world that we're living in, and because of the brokenness of this person, because a lot of people are broken, at the moment, this person saw your unconditional type of love is something that, hence the guys are describing it as, a puppy kind of love. This person saw it as something silly, something cute, something that, a puppy, you play with it, but then, you don't really give it the same respect that you would give it to a human being. That's how, well, a lot of people operate. I understand that there are some people that really treat their dogs like human beings. But yeah, this particular person really just treated you like a, a cute little thing to play with from time to time, but not really something that they really appreciated or even understood the depth from which this love was actually coming. But how could they have understood? Because they themselves were too broken. And so they just did not have the capacity to handle, to hold that kind of love. All right. We've got the stork here. Okay, so movement, beginnings, flexibility, changeability, moving house. All right. So what is giving here is you were dealing with someone here. You probably still are. Some of you still are you're dealing with someone who was afraid of change. All right, someone who was so stuck in their ways, very rigid, and perhaps even, a bit too unconscious to notice how unconscious they were. I don't know if you've ever um, seen that thing where you are dealing with someone and you can see, because you love them so much, and love sees, that love is intimate, isn't it? So into me see, so you were able to look into this person's eyes, with your cute little puppy eyes here, and you saw this person that, oh wow, this person has issues. This person is broken. This person, could have come from a background of trauma. Maybe this person could have even shared with you some of the traumas that he would have experienced, but you didn't judge this person. You didn't, see this as something to use it against them. You thought, oh, what, we're all broken. I'm also broken myself. I've gone through things. I've gone through my healing journey, and maybe I'm still going through my healing journey. Everyone is going through their healing journey. The healing never stops in this world. And the healing journey, of course, does not necessarily mean that there's something wrong with you, or you are messed up, when you are healing. And it doesn't mean that you get to some amazing healing stage, then complete. No, you are still amazing. You are still, a whole human being. On your journey, you are, doing the work. From time to time, you are picking up things that you could definitely improve upon, and you are improving upon those things. But you are a whole human being, even as you are on this journey. So this is not what we can say for this person. All right, this person did not put in any work whatsoever. This is someone who is not interested in growth. This is someone who is not interested in um you know doing the inner work. This is someone who is not interested. Sorry, my little one. Sorry to this is not someone who is interested in looking at themselves and seeing what is it that's broken, that needs to be worked on. They see problems, issues, trauma, weaknesses, whatever, vulnerabilities. They see all of these things as something that is to be abhorred, something that is one is to be ashamed of, someone that sees these things as things to be hidden. And so they could have created an image around themselves that was so rigid that they were not even willing to do anything that required them to change. Because healing requires change. You're going to change. Healing is going to change. It's transformation. It's a metamorphosis. It's development. That means you are moving from where you are to something else, somewhere else, at an inner state, at an inner level. So this is something that this person resisted. All right. This is the person that you are dealing with. They were too broken, too broken. So now this person loves you. This person wants to be with you, but it's like when they see love, when they see something that is beautiful and unconditional, they they don't know what to do with it. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to treat it. They play with it, and yet it's something that is precious. It's something that is important, but they are playing with it because they are too caught up in creating and maintaining an image that is basically infallible, an image of someone who, is above whatever it is that life could have thrown at them. And there's nothing wrong with, doing this thing where people say, we are flying above, we fly above things. There's nothing wrong with flying above things, but pretending that things did not happen does not fix them. Pretending that you are healed when you haven't done the work does not, fix that. And this is why, even though this person loved you, but the best way that this person could have shown you that they loved you was to treat you like a plaything. You understand? That's the best. That's as far as they could have gone. All because they just have no capacity. You understand? So we've got the garden here. So about someone that was very, very, obsessed with, or someone that is, obsessed with how people see them, obsessed with, you know, appearances, with their persona that they're trying to create and maintain. This is this person's obsession. All right, this is all that this person is invested in. And so you you could not handle that, you know. No one can handle that kind of a thing unless if, you know, this is uh, how you operate as well. But if you are the type of person that, you know, you've been, and I know if you are, you know, tuning into this particular frequency, then you are one of those people that is most certainly, you know, into self work, you know, inner work, self development. You want to improve on yourself, and you want to improve on the quality of your relation. You want qualitative relationships. And so this is something that was definitely not appealing to you, or probably still isn't appealing to you, and this is something that could have put a strain on the relationship. All right, the fact that this, you are dealing with someone who is more interested about, you know, creating an image, impressing other people, but they are not, you know, integrated within themselves. They are not healed, they are not whole, they are not, you know, uh, really handling a relationship from a healthy, you know, authentic perspective. So so here we've got the tower here, and you know, this is a different tower than the tower that we are used to in the tarot. Okay, so here this is the kind of tower, once again, where we still looking at, we're still seeing the very same person that the guides are, you know, referring us to. This is that person who is you know, self-absorbed, if we should put it that way. They see themselves as high and mighty. That's the tower that they have built around their wounds. You know, they've decorated their wounds. They've built a beautiful little tower around them. You know, they've built a nice little monument, basically, a golden monument around their wounds, around their traumas, around whatever issues that, you know, they have going on with them, whatever brokenness they have going on. They've built a nice little, you know, monument around it, a golden one, packaged it nicely, and that's how they are going around. So they've got their, you know, shoulders high, you know, they are, their chest is lifted up, you know. They are basically coming across as this person who has no issues whatsoever, but you saw into those issues because you were in the relationship with this person, or you still are in a relationship with them. You saw into that, and you saw that this person still has a lot of work to do. This person has a lot of healing to do, and it doesn't matter how much, you know, he tries to create a very, very organized structure around his denial. That did not change the fact that this is still very much someone that needs to be healed. Someone who is so broken that they're not able to appreciate, you know, loyalty, unconditional love, you know, a good thing, a good thing. All right. So here we can see that the guides through this relationship with you are offering him, or we're offering him something beautiful, something fulfilling, something warm and fuzzy. But what could he have done with it if all he knows is to constantly be constructing what do you call this, structures around his false image? You know, he's building towers, fortresses for himself. All right, so this is someone who has built a fortress around his wounds. That's the person that you are dealing with. Someone who has built, you know, this is that person who, even if you try and say, oh, are you okay? Is, you know, are you fine, you know, with whatever issue? Yeah, you know, I'm over it, you know, I couldn't be bothered, you know, no. That's the type of person. No, it doesn't move me. No, it doesn't bother me. No, it doesn't. But you can see the person is falling apart, but they keep saying, no, I'm fine, I'm fine. But they're falling apart. No, I'm good, I'm good. You know, I stay positive. I'm staying positive, but their positivity is them just being in denial. This is someone who is definitely, so we've got the birds here. This is someone who is definitely really very sad. Okay, this is someone who's very, very sad. Okay, this is someone who is probably dealing with some kind of anxiety, someone who is dealing with some kind of depression, someone who's dealing with a lot of things, but you will not see it, you will not know, and there's nothing that you can do about it because this is someone who will not even open up about whatever it is that they are going through. Okay, because they are too broken to deal with reality. So this is someone that is most certainly escaping reality. This is what this card says here. All right, so we are dealing with someone who runs away, does all sorts of things to escape reality. This is someone who probably parties a lot, keeps themselves very busy. For some of you, they party a lot. I don't know how old they are, but some people don't grow old for these things. And some of you, they work too hard. Some of you, they probably travel a lot, but they do a lot of things, spend a lot of time with friends. Some of them could even be cheating. They do a lot of things to just escape the reality of their pain, the fact that this person is depressed, this person is sad, and you have had to deal with all of that. All right, someone who's just too broken to basically receive love, too broken to embrace love, too broken to um, show love. They loved you, they love you. I would say they still do for many of you, but they are too broken to express it. All right, so let's see what else the guides want us to know about this situation. Let us know what you want us to know. Isn't it quite unfortunate when someone hello and welcome to you, and thank you for the like. Thank you for the likes. Rwanda Badenhorst. Rwanda Badenhorst. Yesterday some of you did try and chat, and I honestly did not notice as I was doing my reading here, because I wanted to finish before the baby wakes up, and also as soon as I was done, I just jumped off the live and running to the baby. I totally forgot to read the chats there, so I do apologize. Okay, so the guys are saying they're talking about a reconciliation. All right, so let's see what else they want us to know about the situation here. They're saying someone from your past is coming back to reconcile. So for some of you, you ended things with this person, and the guides are saying this person is going to come back. All right, and this person wants to come back. All right, they are on their way back. Okay. Then the guides are saying here, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay. For many of you, you are used to your soulmate being someone that is, the one that hurts you. Isn't this what the Divine Collective is moving past right now? We are moving to a different level now, isn't it, as the collective? To the most part, the soulmate has always been that person, or the twin flame, whatever it is that you want to call it, that person that quite often ends up hurting you, ends up breaking your heart, ends up doing all sorts of things, just like this one, ends up being very broken, ends up not being able to demonstrate the right kind of love towards you, love you the right way, appreciate what it is that you are bringing to the table. And it's always a lot that you are bringing to the table, because you're bringing your love, you are bringing your loyalty, you are bringing that whole ride or die energy. You don't do that anymore. I know many of you don't do that anymore, but this is what you've most often offered, isn't it? So the guys are saying, right now you might find yourself in on this journey where you are actually beginning to notice different how should I say, a different type of love, all right? One that doesn't hurt, one that doesn't, that is not broken, that does not need fixing. The kind of love that does not require you to deplete yourself and to break yourself, to fall apart, to turn yourself, twist yourself into a pretzel to be able to sustain that kind of a love. The kind of love that does not get you into that anxious mode where you are also on this thing where you are overworking and overdoing and overperforming. But there's a different kind of love where the love is just forthcoming. You're not having to chase after it as the divine feminine, busy calling the person all the time. Where are you? Why aren't you coming? Why you said you're going to be here by this time, you are not here. Why are you not doing this? Why are you not, you don't have to do any of that. You understand? The love is forthcoming. You're constantly having to figure out, where is it that you stand with this person. No, that kind of love has been phased out. All right, that's the stuff of 2025. But this new journey, and the previous years, of course, this new journey that the guides are taking humanity upon right now, and you as the divine collective, is one where you are beginning to experience, the kind of love where the person is just on their own without you having to, set up ultimatums, or constantly be asking them and reminding them, this is what I need, this is what I want from you. And then they do it for 5 minutes and then they stop. And then you have to, complain again, and then the person will be calling you all sorts of names, controlling and all of that. You understand? Those are the type of people that you are literally, or you have said goodbye to those people. You are no longer on that journey, you are no longer on that trajectory, but you are now on a trajectory where and it's possible that this reconciliation could even be with perhaps someone that you could have come across in your past, way back when, and both you and this person were still on your growth journey. And over the years, you have grown, and the person is coming back, and they are taking you away from this mess where you are busy trying to rescue this broken person, you know and this person is going to love you the right way, where they know what to do, the right things to do, they know the right buttons to press, and the right buttons. I'm not talking about the buttons where they're provoking and triggering you, but I'm talking about the buttons, where they make you feel warm and fuzzy, they make you feel safe, they make you feel like, oh, this is a great relationship, this is a good decision that I made to be with this person. You understand? So this is the kind of love that the guides are releasing towards you at the moment. All right, so this is really good. And this other person, this broken person, might just find themselves in a situation where they're trying as well, and or before they know it, you are gone, you've been snatched away from them, and they are left wondering what happened. Oh, you were so good for me. Oh, I knew it, I knew you were too good for me, I knew you were too good to be true. I fumbled a good one there. They'll be busy telling their friends, but you'll be gone. All right, so the guys are saying release your ex. So for some of you, this person, you could have been thinking about them. What really happened with that person? Why could they not love me the right way? And the guys are saying, just release them. It's time to release them. Let their own guides deal with them. It's time for you to just allow yourself to open the space for this new love that is wholesome, that is authentic, that is genuine, that makes you feel contained and enfolded. That's the kind of love that the guides are unleashing towards the divine feminine at the moment. All right, so you see, the guides are releasing that. It says calling in your soulmate. All right, calling in your soul. You've been calling in your soulmate, divine collective. You have been calling in your soulmate. So I'm not even going to say to you, no, you must call in your soul. No, I know over the years, this is what you've been doing. With all the work that you've been doing, with everything that has been happening, everything, every effort that you've been putting in towards even this person that is broken, that was too broken to love you. What you were doing, you were calling in your soulmate. Sometimes these things, you don't have to do it with words, but you do it with your actions, with your intentions, with your desire. You do it with your feelings, everything. You understand? So your soulmate is on their way to you. The healthy kind of love is, I promise you, there are men out there. You know, this I pretty much dedicate this channel to the divine feminine. You know, even though I will say divine collective, but pretty much my target audience are really the divine feminine. But I know for a fact that there are a lot of men out there that have been doing the work themselves, and they are not the kind of men that, you know, are broken, and because of their brokenness they decide that they're going to just go around hating women. But instead, these are the kind of men that say, you know what, I've gone through this. Perhaps I've had a father who failed my mother in this particular way. Or perhaps, you know, I've gone through whatever issues that I could have gone through, but I'm not going to use that as a reason to be toxic towards my divine feminine. All right, but I'm going to heal. I'm going to become a better man, and I'm going to show up the right way. There are a lot of men that are rising up right now and that have been rising up over the years as well. And that's the kind of person that is coming towards you. This person who understands the importance of being authentic, the importance of saying, yes, you know, I love you. And today I'm going through a bit of a rough patch, but I still love you. My love is still here and my love is not going anywhere. And just because I'm going through things doesn't mean I'm going to hide from you. Doesn't mean I'm going to, you know, get all dodgy and all weird around you. And, you know, all of a sudden now the relationship is in jeopardy just because I'm going through whatever it is that I'm going through. All right. So this is the kind of love that is coming towards you, Divine Collective. And I'm really excited for you. All right. Hello, Karish subs. Karish subs sounds like someone who helps people get subscribers. Hello to you and welcome, children. All right, your love life is being affected. So the way that I see here, okay, so there are two ways that this card could be describing this situation, because there are two things that are definitely coming through about this. So number one, this person, of course, that you have dealt with that was too broken to love you, was too childish, and probably still is too childish. You understand? Because, you know, when you're dealing with a healthy person, when they, or at least someone that, you know, has potential to heal anytime soon, that person, when they come across authentic kind of love, it challenges them somewhere, somehow, you know, it challenges them. And to at least be able to see that, okay, fine, so this is what I need to work on myself. Okay, this person really challenges me in this particular way. And they might even tell you that, oh, you know what, you actually challenge me in this particular way. You understand? But instead, what you find is that, and according to what the guides are showing, that because this person, you know, is an escapist. So this person pretty much ran away when they were supposed to, you know, stick around and deal with whatever it is that, whenever it is that they felt pain or discomfort in within the context of the relationship, whenever they felt triggered, they would go the escapist route. They would go, they would default to coping mechanisms. All right. So this person is very childish. All right, that's what I wanted to say there. You know, I could have lost my train of thought for a split second there, but the point is that this person is very childish. All right, very childish, and you are dealing with someone whose inner child has not been integrated. All right, so they're still caught up. They have not moved past a certain developmental stage. So you're still dealing pretty much with a child to the most part. All right, in many areas, in many aspects of their life, they're still showing up as a child instead of showing up as an adult. All right, that's why they escape instead of dealing with problems. So this is the kind of person who does not face problems head on. They run away, they hide, they duck and dive instead of facing problems head on, addressing them and overcoming them together. You understand? But they run away, they blame. And yeah, the train of thought that I had lost there was the fact that, you know, when you're dealing with someone who could be broken, who has issues and so on, you know, but there's potential for healing. That type of a person, when they are dealing with issues within the relationship, what they're going to do is they're going to say, you know, you challenge me in this particular way. Let's sit down, let's work on this issue, let's address it this way, and let's do, you know, and then let's take this particular action. And they will take the action. You understand? You will plan together and they will take action. But when you're dealing with someone who's broken and there's very little hope of them changing anytime soon, or at least working on themselves, a very childish and immature person, a very stunted person, a very blocked and rigid person who has built a tower around whatever issues they're dealing with, that person, instead of dealing with issues, what they will do is they will start calling you names. They'll start saying you are, sensitive, you are anxious, you are overthinking things. They will start making you think and feel like, there's something wrong that you are doing, even when you're trying to call them out for their BS. They will make you feel bad about it. You understand? They will basically tear down even whatever constructive communication you're trying to present towards them, whatever challenges that you present towards them, to say, but we are having this issue here in the relationship. How can we work around it? They will just tear that down instead of working towards resolving. And if at any point they work towards, you have a conversation with them about resolving the issue, what's going to happen is that the next day the person is going to turn around and act as if you'll never had that conversation, you'll never try to, the whole thing would have, been twisted and turned into something else, isn't it? So a very childish person. And then another thing that I see here is that y'all could have also, had children in their relationship, and somehow this person could have found themselves, feeling like now the children are replacing them, because, when you're dealing with a childish person, they really want all the attention in the relationship, isn't it? They want to be treated like a child, because if the person is broken like that, they want you to mother them. And so now, when you have children in that, maybe you have your own children, and maybe you've got a different, father. They've got another father, and you're in a relationship with this man. And now this man is jealous of the children. This man feels like they have to share your attention with the children. Now this man feels like, you are spoiling the children, and they might even be accusing, why are you going to spoil your kids like that? But none of that is really happening. What's really going on is that you are dealing with someone who is too broken to really deal with real life issues. And real life issues is the fact that, yes, you have situations where you are, a mother, you've got two kids by maybe a different man, you've got a kid by a different man, and you are dealing with this man. Sometimes it's this man's own children that he is having an issue with, isn't it? All right. So the guys are saying here, you deserve love. All right. You are lovable. You are lovable. All right. And this says here, you are more than enough. All right. You are more than enough. When you're dealing with immature, toxic people, what they often try to do is make you feel like you are not enough. All right. And they try to pinpoint whatever little things that you could have done, and they once again tear them apart, and make you feel like you are just not good enough. But that's not true. Okay. So let's hear what what this person is saying, what his thoughts are as we speak, because I get a sense that if you have broken up with this person, he's definitely gonna come back. And I get a sense that we had a card here in this previous deck of cards that we were looking at, and that card spoke about the sun. What I also wanted to say about that is that this is what the guides are presenting to you as well. So not only are they presenting to you, a new kind of love, because they're definitely going to bring in a nice healthy relationship for you in 2026. All right, believe it or not, I know you could have started to give up hope. I understand, because of what has been happening in the space of relationships over the past few years. But 2026, things are changing. You understand, things are going to be different. Things have been changing for quite a while. For the past few years, things have been changing in the background, and you will begin to see it in 2026 and even going forward. All right. A different type of love is coming in. A healthier version of a man is going to be presenting themselves to you. Don't jump into anything just because a person is good for 5 minutes. Get to know a person. But what I'm saying is the guys are bringing in a soulmate, what you will call a soulmate. This is someone that's here to stay, and someone that's here to do the right thing. You understand? So the guides are bringing in warmth into your life. They're bringing in the sun. They're bringing in the sun. All right. They're bringing in warmth. They're bringing in safety. They're bringing in growth, expansion. You understand? They're bringing in peace, joy, happiness. You understand? They're bringing in prosperity, success. You understand? Fulfillment. This is what the sun is representing into your life. Let this be your 2026. All right. And if this person, somehow comes back, for some of you, a small number of you, but for some of you, this person who was too broken to see that you are a good person, this could have been someone maybe from your past who is now coming back in 2026, and you could have written this person off and said, this person is beyond hope, and meanwhile this person went and did whatever healing, and perhaps this was all because they came across you, and then when the two of you separated, they went on some kind of a healing journey, and in 2026 they are coming back to say, here I am to give you the kind of love that you deserve. All right. So 2026 is that year when you can call it the year of the sun for you, the year where you're feeling the nice, warm, and fuzzy sun. Right. Now let's hear this person's thoughts, and then get some little bit of encouragement, and then do some confirmations, and then we're out of here. All right. Okay, so let's see what this person is. Okay. I love you so much. This is a gospel song that I'm singing now. So I know you're gonna be like, oh, you're in the Matrix. Some of you might be like, they're like, you in the Matrix, Why are you gonna sing about Jesus? Jesus is the stuff of the Matrix, but everything is the stuff of the Matrix, eh? Everything is the stuff of the Matrix. There are very few things that are not the stuff of the Matrix, all right? Because we are in a third dimensional world, and yeah. So love you so much. This person loves you so, so much, all right? This is the person that is too broken, and it's also the soulmate, and it could be the same person. For some of you, it's the same person. For some of you, it's two different people, but they are both saying the same thing. They're talking about how much they love you. Those of you that have broken up with this person, he's saying, I miss you so much. I miss you, but I don't have time right now. Look at that. I'm too busy nursing my wounds, licking my wounds. When a person is too broken, everything is about the ego for them. Their ego gets easily bruised. All right. There's nothing that you can say that they will not interpret as some kind of an assault to their ego. All right. So they're busy licking their wound at the moment for some of you, but you ain't got no time for that. You are moving on. All right. You are, finding yourself in the arms of a wonderful soulmate. And when you find yourself in the arms, let it be the right time, and the person has definitely proved themselves to be the right one for you. You are mine forever and ever. So this toxic person that is broken and everything, basically says, let me put you on a shelf. Okay. You'll always be mine. I'll never let you go. You'll always be mine. Okay. But yeah, just not now. I don't want to deal with you now, but you must know that you'll always be, no one will take you away from me. He's mistaken, because your soulmate is coming, and your soulmate is going to do things that, yeah, this person is going to be very embarrassed that he has ever treated you the way that he has treated you. All right. So it doesn't matter what this person says. You are forever his. No, you don't belong to him. He is not your creator. Okay. So he can claim you, he can do whatever it is that he wants to do, but if the guys are saying here's new love for you, you are moving on with your life, then you are moving on with your life. But of course, for some of you, you might end up getting back with this person because they could have shown up, they could be showing up very healthy in 2026. Let's get some encouragement and do some confirmations, and then we'll be done. I just want to say to you, in 2026, keep going. I don't know, it doesn't look like can see this card here, but so let me just pull it. Keep going. Keep on going no matter what. Okay. In 2026, keep on going no matter what. No matter what happens. All right. You know, if your heart gets broken, in South Africa, we call it mjolo. That's the dating space. All right. The relationship space. Okay. If your heart gets broken in the dating space, in the mjolo space, keep going. All right. These people, human beings, don't own your heart. They don't own your life. They don't have the keys to your happiness. So they can come and go as they want. They can do whatever it is that they do. You know, you can't control other human beings. You understand? But keep going, keep going. You know, if you find yourself in 2026 having to let go of this toxic person that you've been dealing with this whole time, because they are too broken to appreciate a good thing, too broken to see a good thing when it's standing right in front of them, um don't stress too much about it. Allow yourself to do the stuff that you've been doing all along, which is healing and moving forward with your life. Keep going. All right, keep going. Don't in 2026, do not allow yourself to be shattered because of another human being. All right, find joy in the journey. Okay, so don't tell yourself, no, I'll be very happy once, you know, that soulmate shows up. Please, don't tell yourself that I'll be happy once, you know, this person decides to marry me, decides to do right by me, once this broken person decides to heal and, you know, show up the right way. No. Find joy in the journey. Okay, and this is your journey, and it has nothing to do with the other person and what they do in their journey. All right, so continue to do whatever inner healing work that you've been doing. Continue to you know, cultivate a sense of fulfillment from within. Do whatever it is that you need to do to you know, make sure that that state remains your constant state, being fulfilled from within, instead of needing you know, broken people to fill you up. Because, you know, I don't know if you've looked around you lately, but there are a lot of people that are really, really broken out here. So to depend on external people, external sources, you know, other human beings to make you feel great, that's a very futile exercise. All right, and that one is going to disappoint you. So find the joy in the journey of finding yourself. Find the joy in the journey of your own life. Find the joy in your very own life. All right. That even when you reach that destination, you are not too broken to enjoy it. All right. So you want to make sure that when you get there, you know, when you eventually get to whatever destination that, you know, life has in store for you, you want that when you get there, you still have whatever it is that is, you know, whatever it is that is required for you to be able to enjoy it, to enjoy that destination, to enjoy, if it's a lovely relationship, if it, whatever it is. But you must, you know, be intact. You must still be intact. Not also, you know, you find yourself too broken to appreciate a good thing when you receive it, you know, all because you've been jaded by all the previous experiences. No, enjoy the journey, heal, and, you know, just take it, oh, it's a lesson, let's keep moving, let's keep moving. And then when we get there, wow, okay, so here I am. How do I enjoy myself? But I'm enjoying myself not because this is the first time I'm enjoying myself, but it's because I've been, you know, on the journey of enjoying myself this whole time as I've been on my way to this destination. All right, let's do some quick confirmations and then we out. All right. It doesn't have to, you know, the confirmations here don't have to really be your letters, your numbers, your anything. As long as the message resonates with you, that's enough. All right. So you don't need the confirmation. That's what I'm saying. You've got do you boo, do you? Them people be doing themselves. Okay, you do you. You do you. You know, we too busy worrying about people that are broken. They're not worried about themselves. Okay, so don't be worried. Oh no, you know, he's got issues. You know, his mother did this and this happened to him when he was still a child. Oh, you know, I'm so worried. What about you? Who gonna worry about you? You busy worrying about this other. Who gonna worry about you, girl? Who gonna worry about you? Okay, we got Duryzk. Kelly, Karen. Ooh, Karen. Karabo Kabelo. Kagiso, Kate. Okay. Ronaldo, Ronnie, Regina, Reese. Reese. There's a Reese here on YouTube that I like. You know, Reese West. She's a YouTuber. She does this type of readings also. I like Reese West. Okay, so we got 550. Oh, okay. Sorry, my baby. Definitely need to jump off this live soon. We've got 55001. 55001. All right. This could be an anniversary, the 5th month, maybe, or something along those lines, the 1st month. This could be some kind of a life path number. This could be a lucky number. This could be, you know, someone's phone number, part of someone's phone number, house number, some number. All right. If it resonates. Okay, so this is Snowflake. This is a dragonfly. We got that heart again. It came through, and this tree also came through yesterday. And we've got a dolphin here. All right. Does any of these things mean anything to you? Okay. Let's, in 2026, let's fill this gap up. Let's fill this gap up. Let's grow. Let's grow like a tree planted by the riverside. Always, always fruitful. All right. And not fruitful because we are performing, but fruitful because there's that fruitfulness that is oozing out of us from within, from the higher forces of life, and not us, you know, busy performing and doing things. All right. Life is just, you know, automatically making us productive, fruitful in whatever way. And we always provided for by the invisible forces of life, right? And then dolphin here, this is a friendly gesture from life, from, you know, the universe, and we are being loved, we are being supported, we are being doted upon, and also we are being invited to, you know, approach the journey from also a playful state as well, from a playful perspective. You know, it's still a war where there's war. It's still a journey where there's a journey. It's still hard work where there's hard work. It's still a whole lot of things, healing where there's healing, but it's also still playful where it's playful. It's still fun where it's fun. It's still warm and fuzzy where it's warm and fuzzy. It's still fulfilling where it's fulfilling. You understand? So let's embrace all of those, you know, different dimensions and perspectives in 2026. All right. So let's have a look here. The dragonfly and the snowflake. I'm not going to say much about that. My little one and my phone are giving me a whole lot of signals here that I need to jump off. So I'm gonna go. But yeah, I know that the dragonfly represents also, you know, a very powerful message from the invisible forces as well. All right. For me personally, when I'm looking at the dragonfly, I see this as something that represents, it reminds you of your warrior spirit, you know, that, you know, you soldier on. You are a soldier. I'm a soldier of love. All right. For some of you, you know, you are going through your winter season, you know, and this snowflake reminding us of the beauty of all seasons, that, you know, even during those tough, rough seasons, there's still beauty. There's still something beautiful going on. There's still the higher forces of life are still there. You know, we all know about stories. I don't know if y'all you know, watch the same kind of content that I watch on social media. You know, we got all these things that have to do with, you know, the prison matrix and all of those things, the prison planet and everything. And it's very easy to, believe that, it's all bad and there's no goodness. But there are a lot of things when we look out in life and in nature, and everyday life, that always reminds us that there's still benevolence, there's still goodness, there's still God, there's still true God creator, there's still love, there are still miracles, there are still beautiful things that are still happening despite all the darkness that are still there. All right, all these broken people that we come across in relationship spaces, there is still goodness. And this is what the snowflake is reminding us. For those of you that are in winter season, when you come across the snow, when you see the snow, just remember that there's still goodness. There is still goodness even in winter season. There's still something beautiful going on. Your strength is being renewed. Your summer, your spring, your warm season is busy, getting prepared behind the scenes. All right, so thank you so much for spending time with me on this transmission. Until next time, goodbye.